And then there's the stadium that houses the other side, Manchester City, the most successful one in recent times. Pep Guardiola is building a wonderful side there.
Bit of money spent under those scaffolds, I can tell you. So this is the contest for me. This is, can Pandya resist? Can he resist Santner, who's done a magnificent job here? 1 for 5, he's in his 6th over. Can India afford to play him out? Do they rate him as that much of a danger?
Dhoni thinks the same. He's just had a word with Pandya. Is 8 the point at which he says, no, I can't go. I can't let the asking rate go too much beyond. If it goes up to 10, then it's got to be in the last 6 overs if you're still around. Right, that's up in the air. Williamson underneath it. It's not easy, but he takes it. Hardik Pandya will not want to look at MS Dhoni as he goes away. He could not resist. That's the point Ian Smith was making.
Young minds. That's why they have to get the young guy playing the game, not the old guy. Dhoni can't help while he's at the other end. He can give advice, but he can't get in the head of Pandya to the extent where he stops. We saw it was Pant, and now we've seen it with this raw young talent that Pandya is. But he just could not. He could not hold back. And in the end, Williamson, steady as you like, get those hands underneath it, son. In the pouch. 6 down, Santner is having a dream day here. And Dhoni would like to be part of it. Dhoni is just at this stage running out of help. 92 for 6.
हम सबका favorite Lay's लाया. New Lay's Wavy Mexican Chili with wavy cut, thicker bite, and an intense flavor burst of chilies. Enjoy crunchy wavy and fill up your hunger. Lay's Wavy. Life needs more.
Australia versus England. Semifinal 2. Thursday, July 11th. Coverage starts 12:30 p.m. ICC Cricket World Cup 2019.
We welcome you to
Otherwise, India would have done this in a cakewalk, and they struck with absolute fierceness early on. Srifa, and what a catch, Jimmy Neesham. Pant succumbing to pressure when he was in. Hardik Pandya succumbing to pressure when he was in. Youth, raw youth, against real pressure. Picture says it all.
Yes, there's some pictures of gloom coming from that change room, from that balcony there. Jadeja can bat. There's a mountain in front of him. India wanted those two young players, Rishabh Pant and Hardik Pandya, to build a skyscraper. They built a neat little villa, but not too much more. 32 each. Good cameo. How good has Santner been?
You don't get a very good view from villas. You get a great view from skyscrapers.
Which is what India wanted and didn't get. That's a good catch. And we've gone to town appreciating Jimmy Neesham's catch. Was a great one. But that one from Williamson wasn't the easiest either. Yes. 5 centuries. We'll hope that somebody else would take India home today.
Can I make another point? How good was Williamson's 67 yesterday and Ross Taylor's 70 now? How good were those in the context of this game?
As it turns out, yes. And that's why I keep saying this has been a miniature test match. Not a big T20 game, because at that point we thought they were batting too slowly.
Maybe they knew more than us.
Maybe.
In the conditions.
They kept New Zealand alive. That's a big thing. Now 2 runs and a wicket in that Santner over. 31 gone. 94 for 6.
हम सबका favorite Lay's लाया. New Lay's Wavy Mexican Chili with wavy cut, thicker bite, and an intense flavor.
People hiding among us.
Let me worry about that. And this is war.
That is him. Roddy Latham.
But if your crew from 9.
Absolutely, 92, and now his son's out there in 2019 with a chance to go one step further. This is good. Remember Australia? Williamson took his foot off the throat at 92 for 5. When he's bringing back Bolt, he's far from taking it off now. He's going. He's going at India and saying, I'll get another one. If I'll expose the bowlers right down the end and say, can you help Dhoni out?
Williamson and Virat Kohli, of course, were captains facing off against each other in the semi-final of the 2008 Under-19 World Cup. Isn't it incredible how this game progresses? That's a wide. The two will be facing off against each other in the semi-final of a senior World Cup. Kohli got Williamson out on that one. Williamson's holding the aces at the moment here. I thought Bolt was excellent. You look at Henry, 3 for 23, but Bolt was excellent.
I like Ross Taylor getting involved too, and Ross Taylor has just gone to Kane Williamson and said, listen, you're going to bring back Trent Bolt, get me in the slip cord and get me in there behind, because if he makes a mistake, we want to have someone there. Give him that onside to play across that angle, but I'll hop in about 4th slip. Just for that shot there, because if he doesn't get that right, Taylor's in business.
I wonder how long, at what point Dhoni says, right, I'm running out of partners here. If I've got to get these 145, I've got to start getting a move on. Does he say, look, I think I can trust Jadeja? While Jadeja's around, I'll keep playing my way? Or does he then say, sorry, if I lose Jadeja, I've got nothing left. I've got to make a move now. But New Zealand have shown that you take the game deep, anything can happen. Good shot, but just a single.
Well, I think he's quite sensibly realises it's him or nothing. Dhoni knows for the umpteenth time, if he doesn't win it, no one else is going to. Not from this far out. And one of the reasons why is because he's not getting the help he needs. He's not getting the substance, the stickability of young players. It's been a day for Indian batsmen to forget, if they can.
The eyes are telling a story there from Hardik Pandya. 24 for 4 India, where they were rocked. This
now
might
look
get
at the
back
field.
though.
Look at the field now, Harsha. Early in the over, they're saying to Jadeja, we're going to put it on you. You got 4 inside the circle on the offside, 2 on the onside. They're saying push for one if you can early in the over. Try and get Dhoni back on strike if you can. So they want to take Dhoni out of the game.
The advantage with Jadeja, though, is that he's a top order batsman for his first class side. He bats 4-5, so he thinks like a batsman. He's not thinking like a number 8. He's got the shots of a batsman. He's had a fabulous game so far, has Jadeja. With a ball in the field, it's a great opportunity for him to do it with a bat. Might seem very distant at this stage, but you never know when you hang in. He's a good player.
This morning, first thing, how about that? Going to have a good day, that's not a bad sign. One ball later, Tom Latham picks him out, but it wasn't an easy catch by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe that's a sign.
Toe end of the bat, but survives. 32 gone, 97 for 6.
Man of the moment, also Jimmy Neesham, what a catch. Quite a nice little bit of byplay in that last shot from MS Dhoni, because he Q-ended it. And Trent Bolt's reaction was quite funny, and even in the situation with all his tension, he Q-ends it back, and Bolt's
now back with Jimmy Neesham. 4 overs for 20.
It's good. This is a squeeze. This is what New Zealand need here, the squeeze. Practice all you like in the nets, Harsha. You can have in many open wickets as you like. But this kind of pressure asks a different question about you.
We talked about Chris Gale. We talked about Lasith Malinga. There's no doubt this is MS Dhoni's last World Cup. He needs to ensure it's not his last game. And he's got 143 from 106 balls to ensure he's got another World Cup game in him. He's been playing for India since the 2007 World Cup. 7, won it in 11, took India through to the semi-finals in 15. It's gone past 8 now. Look at the gulf. 3 to 8.09. It's like saying inflation's 12%. I'll bring it down to 3. Got to do it in stages. Got to go up to 4-5 very soon. Right, Jadeja's gone after it. Well. Is there anything he's not going to do today?
Well, there's a wry smile from Jimmy Neesham, and there's a lot of applause within the Indian camp and outside as well, because is this the trigger? Is this the signal that Jadeja believes it is his day? The 342nd 6 of this tournament. Could it be one that sparks India into life? It's a big hit on the charge against Jimmy Neesham.
Well, Dhoni had a word with him just before that ball. Normally Dhoni would say, let's take it to the end, but if that is Jadeja's response, maybe there's a different language being spoken. Or maybe the feeling is, look, there's a lot of good bowlers in there. Ferguson's got a long spell. Let's take what we can from here, from Neesham.
It's an interesting call, actually, from Williamson to take Santner off and not bowl him through. Because he was hot, he was accurate. And maybe he thought Jadeja was going to have a crack at Santner. He wanted to protect him. But I don't know. Santner was an interesting call to pull him.
He's got runs at the bank, though. Can afford a few. Incredible figures. 6 overs, 2 for 7. He's got the two young guns out. They're both looking good. 32 apiece. Rishabh Pant and Hardik Pandya. We're talking about Dhoni. He's 12 of 30, by the way. He's taken the first run quickly. He wants a second. No, he won't. Just a little slip. And as it turned out, it was a good call. Now they will get the second. So things happening in this over. 9 runs in that Nisham over. It's 106 for 6. 17 to play, 134 to get.
Howard, your udder is out there right now, erasing you from.
.134 from 102. That's where we're at in this first semi-final here at Old Trafford. It's gone into day 2. New Zealand right on top, with 2 experienced campaigners out in the middle for India. MS Dhoni playing in his 4th World Cup. Jadeja in his 2nd. Enjoys batting in England. Does Jadeja, averages 70 here.
Well, Trent Bolt was one of the keys, always was going to be to defend this lowish total. And just look at his variations back in those red ones, the bluer deliveries, turquoise we'll call them perhaps, going across the right-hander. Red ones coming back in. The ability when the ball swings for Trent Bolt to be such a potent weapon for this New Zealand side.
Turquoise.
Ah, turquoise, turquoise.
Aqua. But Indian fans will still... like, that's what I said. Indian fans will still feel that there's hope with Dhoni out in the middle. If Jadeja can get a few away, just chip away at these runs. That's exactly why Trent Bolt's been brought back into the attack. If I can get my words out. Nicely played. Has he got enough timing on this one? He has.
Yeah, he's very full. And he just almost jammed down on top of it. A little punch down the ground. But we need to find a boundary at least every second over. Found boundaries in back-to-back overs now, 6 and a 4. No chance for Kane Williamson, New Zealand skipper.
MS Dhoni playing in game number 350, only a 2nd Indian player to do that. Build a reputation as the finisher. Coming a lot later in this innings. We did wonder when India were 3 down whether he might come in then. Batted at 5, of course, in that famous victory in 2011 where he pushed himself up the order above Yuvraj Singh. He scored 91 against Sri Lanka, saw India over the line. Today he came in at number 7. Nicely timed, but there is protection. 34 overs gone, 114 for 6. I think the Pakistan fans will be going for a New Zealand win. India need 126 more from 96 deliveries. That run rate has just come down after that last over. Bolt brought into the attack, the strike bowler. And Mitch Santner has come back in. Two for 7 from 6. That is quite extraordinary stuff. Looking to push the 2, he's sent back. Chance! A better throw needed to hit.
Yeah, Trent Bolt. He was very good. Santner couldn't recover it. I'm not sure whether Jadeja was back quickly enough or not. Throw is very close to the stumps. Even if Santner gathers it, I think Jadeja makes it home just. Time he gets those hands to the stumps, maybe. Good call, I think, from MS Dhoni in the end.
Don't make them any more nervous than they already are. Kane Williamson held Santner back for quite a while there, I think, when Rishabh Pant was out in the middle. Perhaps just a bit worried about the left-arm spinner to the left arm, or the left-handed batter, but such wide open spaces on the leg side. Bat first.
I think we'll have a double change here as well. Trent Bolt walked back to try and pick up a wicket. He's at 8 overs now. Matt Henry, be time for him. He's not generally a finisher for New Zealand, so he might come back into the attack.
Very quick between the wickets. Another chance. He's fine.
Excellent running. These two both very quick. Jadeja straight away.
Yeah, just the way he timed it, the way he paced it. He's constantly looking. It's the turn and go straight in. The Latham look out to the boundary. Get it in quicker. And again, just the pace of that shot. Searching for a 2, but they'll settle for the 1. Jadeja won't be as tempted to try and launch out to the leg side, a bit like Pant did. It'll be about manipulating the strike and building this partnership with MS Dhoni. Two players who have spent a lot of time in the middle together. Dot to finish, 119 for 6.
Let the games begin.
With more issues.
I'm just saying, you are dealing with the devil. I deal with the devil once a year.
To the attack, picked up 3 crucial wickets, bowled brilliantly at the top.
Well, Mitchell Santner, he talked about him being outstanding today. Just have a look at the aggression against Santner today. Hasn't been much of it from an Indian point of view. Rishabh Pant, Sanjay Mandrake talked about Santner dragging him wider, making him fetch it. The other one that's pulsating there on your screen is the wicket of Hardik Pandya. Again, not in too tight. It tied Hardik Pandya down. A little bit wide of off stump, making him fetch it, holding that pace back. Brilliant. Brilliant illustration of using the width and making the batsman reach for the ball.
And I think that frustration from Pandya there is more that he didn't connect, not that he played that shot. It's the way modern players are built these days. They still back themselves.
Yeah, and from a coach's point of view, you say that it's just a poor option. If he comes down the wicket and looks to go over long off or straight and slightly miscues it, you say, okay, it's not a bad matchup. I don't mind that. But just a swing across the line is not a great matchup for him. It's not the right option.
He'd been so calculated up until that point as well, going against the grain, both Pant and Pandya, and just couldn't help themselves against the left-arm spinner.
And I think, you look at these again, just wide of off stump and wide of off stump, the two dismissals. I'd be very surprised if you see MS Dhoni look to go across the line. If he's going to attack Mitchell Santner at all, and he's only got 3 overs left to do it, I think you will find Dhoni coming down the wicket at him and looking to hit him straight. Be very surprised if it is anything different from that. Same with Ravi Jadeja at the moment.
Mid on up inside the circle. Wow. That's cut him right in half. He almost just rolls his fingers over that seam presentation after it pitches. And some good aggression as well, but given a wide. I don't think he'll mind though, just puts it in MS Dhoni's mind. Made his debut all the way back in 2004 in Bangladesh, MS Dhoni. 15 years of service to Indian cricket.
You're talking like it's the end, Isha.
Not at all. There's a T20 World Cup around the corner. You do wonder, though, if India don't get over the line here, how much one-day cricket he will play. Certainly not another one-day World Cup. Surely not.
I couldn't see it, but I'd never pretend to know what's going on inside that mind. I'm sure he's got another IPL or 2 in him. Possibly another T20 World Cup, who knows. Little under edge, was it? No, off the pad, I think. Off the pad. A little bit of excitement, but to no avail. 123 for 6.
Yeah, the right pocket for MS Dhoni. But good bowling from Matt Henry. He's been exceptional in terms of his line, just mixing up his length every now and then. At the top, it was a perfect line and length. The top 3 all knocked over for 1. 70% of India's runs coming from the top 3 in this tournament. All gone early. New Zealand were right on top, but you just never know.
it's games like these you look back at memories, at perhaps a situation where you've been in the same sort of place, and Ravi Jadeja, MS Dhoni, and on this occasion back in Auckland a few years ago, Ravichandran Ashwin as well. Dhoni picked up a half century. They were chasing 314. Jadeja ended up 66 not out. MS Dhoni was dismissed eventually for 50, but it was a tied contest, tied game in a 50 over encounter at Eden Park. Jadeja's got so much ability. They still have to believe that run rate is becoming a bit of an issue.
Hamish Marshall. I was coached by him when I was 11.
Yeah, Hamish and James Marshall, twins, of course, played their first-class cricket, Northern Districts in New Zealand. Hamish spent a lot of time at Gloucester under John Bracewell. A lot of county cricket. Just a dead-set guess that that's Hamish. To be honest with you, I can't tell the two of them apart.
It's a bit like Alex and Kate Blackwell for Australia. I was only able to tell the difference when Kate had her hair short. Two very fine players for Australia, of course. So Santner to bowl out, you would think. It's interesting with MS Dhoni. I was talking about his strike rates against spin. Only about 50% this year. Shows that he's not really looking to be aggressive to spinners. Lovely delivery. 37 overs gone, 126 for 6.
We welcome you to Monday Night Raw. Get ready, WWE Universe. You gotta be kidding me! We are just getting started here. This is what Monday Night Raw is all about. Welcome everyone to SmackDown Live.
This is the land of opportunity.
SmackDown Live is the place to be. Nobody does it better than we do it right here on SmackDown Live.
Game, but with Dhoni and Jadeja out in the middle, their partnership worth 34 now. You don't want to rule India out. The new generation for India, Pant and Pandya, with the best partnership of this innings so far, 47 from 82. Until spin came into the attack, they both couldn't help themselves. For New Zealand, they're just looking to drive that scoring rate up. It's now up at 8.88. Brought Trent Bolt on to try and eke out a wicket. ...114 from 77. Well, that has been timed beautifully. One bat's four.
Good option. Excellent option from Jadeja. Dragged down from Matt Henry. Fielder on the boundary, Lockie Ferguson, is very square. Didn't look to hit it too hard. This is all about timing and placement, and it carries a long way. Not much of a follow through.
With every ball, with every run, the crowd are with India.
I was saying yesterday on the first day of this one-day, Jadeja has 3 triple hundreds in first-class cricket, 2 double hundreds. He is a proper batsman. Yes, I know a lot of Indian fans haven't seen the consistency at the international level of that, but he doesn't get a lot of opportunities. There's a massive opportunity for him today.
Yeah, just takes the pace off the short ball from Henry. He does have the change-ups. It was very effective in the first innings for India. Hardik Pandya bowling a lot of those. It's got to be calculated stuff from India.
It's more of this. You cannot bowl that delivery that he bowled second ball, just a halfway down, nothing ball. It's either pace on and foolish, or if you're going to drag it back, take pace off it.
Yeah, the first time that run rate has now gone up to 9s and over.
He'll finish out here, Matt Henry, a bowl this ball and then his last over as well.
Yeah, the caller too. With allowed an early call from MS Dhoni to send him back. 38 overs gone, 131 for 6. So New Zealand looking to drive up the dots, but I suppose they can't be too predictable, can they?
No, and you've got 7 overs there. If you look at the all-rounders, Neesham, de Grandhomme, there's 3 overs required there.
Yeah, Bolt, Henry, Ferguson. Santner will bowl through. Neesham and de Grandhomme have been the most expensive. Of course, Williamson's problems are solved if he manages to pick up Dhoni and Jadeja. Strike rate of 100 for Ravi.
And this is where Dhoni's smarts and his cricket sense are evident, because he knows that New Zealand have to go to de Grandhomme or Neesham. At some stage, there's 3 overs left from either Colin de Grandhomme or James Neesham. So he knows that they will be 1, 2, 3 of the overs that he will target.
India's win percentage in all ICC tournaments. Percentage in all ICC tournaments.
3 of 11 only against New Zealand. So New Zealand have been the demise of India on a regular basis at ICC tournaments.
That includes T20 World Cups and Champions Trophy. Best win percentage against England. Well, they managed to get through to the final. Has he connected? He has! What a shot from Jadeja!
That's the option. Perfect. talked about it. If you're going to take Mitchell Santner on, if you're a left-hander, go down the ground. Right-hander over long off. Execution, very good from Jadeja.
These two believe. That target very simple now. 100 to win for India.
He's taken it upon himself here, Ravi Jadeja, to find that one boundary per over. Doesn't want to put the pressure all on MS Dhoni. He's got to help him out. He knows he needs help. He's taking that initiative himself.
That's woken up the crowd even more. That's 6 down the ground, 39 overs gone, 141 for 6.
I've been waiting to smile, been holding it for a while. Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I've been waiting to smile.
creeping into New Zealand.
Yeah. And that's exactly what India will be hoping for, what Jadeja and Dhoni are trying to do is put some pressure back on this New Zealand bowling unit. Saying, okay, we're here. We've been here now for 56 runs, 61 deliveries. We might have been on top early. We're starting to believe now. The crowd are in behind us. There's some pensive faces in the New Zealand camp. New Zealand crowd now.